Hi. Remember back when I played some 10S Forever from itch.io, the arcade build? The full game is now out on Steam, and I've been thinking about it basically since release and have wanted to play it again. So I decided why not stream it, you know? So, bonus feature, y'all. 10S Forever once more. I do know that there's some balance changes that have been made, and they sound really interesting and neat, so I'm excited to see all the stuff that's different, the stuff that's the same, and just looking through the options, I see that there's a lot more granularity to how you can adjust things. So let's get right into it, shall we? Should have game feed and should have audio. Cool, yeah, I see the audio coming through. Very notable at the start here, the tutorial actually gives you a visual indicator of your hitbox. Quite a bit bigger than I thought it was. I thought it was a close hug of the actual pixels. Volume's a little loud. One sec. There we go. And then if you have heat, you can hold Z in order to do a smash attack. It is possible to influence the direction the ball travels. It will always veer slightly forward toward the direction that you're facing, but the closer you have it hit to the closer you hit to the back of your hitbox, the more forward it will go. You still got it. Good luck out there. Doink. Tennis time. Looks like it might be remembering my save file, but you are training. If you first play this game yourself, you're probably going to find quite a bit of difficulty in controlling the direction the ball goes, but it's a skill that just takes time, ultimately, and an understanding of the fact that you do have control over where it goes. It'll always go forward to where you're facing, but you have influence over how far forward it ends up flying. I was distracted by the pretty lights and missed the extra ball that was sent to me. Charge shots are the size of the explosion if a charge shot is determined by your current heat level. And if you drop a ball, then your heat is reduced by 5. Which is half of the maximum. In addition, you can actually double up on spending an explosion like I did there, and your unleash ability, which is at maximum heat. By combining the two, you can end up just insta-killing or insta-phase changing certain bosses. And yes, this game has bosses. Might not be able to tell from me doing the tutorial section here, but this is a enemy and fight-centric game. Moving on to the forest. You are forest. What's new with this release? A lot of balance changes. It looks like extremely more granular difficulty options in that sort of like arcade cabinet settings kind of way. Dip switches, I think they're called. And in the tutorial, you're allowed to see your hitbox, which is a lot more meaningful of a change than you might think, because the hitbox is probably not the size and shape you think it is. noble guy must perish. The imp.
My love. I miss you.
Yeah.
You're doing so good.
Our opponent is cheering us on.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Will you hold me?
Will you hold me? Oof. Oof.
My love. Live shop.
Moving on. 420, nice. Wait, did I think I skipped one. I might have skipped one. Hang on. Oh, no. Okay. Couldn't remember if tower or highway came next. So normally in between levels there's a bit of a little vignette of storyline to be seen, but because I'm playing on a already significantly progressed save file, that stuff isn't showing. It mostly takes the form of letters that are sent to you. You open up a letter and read it and investigate. About time. That was nearly amazing. Speedrun tech. Oh, look at him, he's panicking. may have noticed this already, but the damage you deal is determined by your heat level. Even for just like normal hits. That's why occasionally I am one-shotting the dogs that are passing by. The natural. Heh. It's really satisfying when you reach maximum heat and then manage to do some variety of combo using multiple balls and abusing the fact that heat doesn't change until all explosions and balls under your control are on screen. That said, I gotta be careful. Damn it. To the highway. You are highway. Really like the mood of the song. This is our first introduction to ghost bullets. They cannot be destroyed by smacking them or moved or removed in any way. Murdering stray animals without resource. That's nature. The screen. That's the cycle of life. The bird eats the worm. The slime eats the bird.
That is ahead.
Took out almost all of his health in a single shot. And there's the rest of it.
That is ahead. You still got it.
You still got it. Arena. You are Arena. Hey, we got spectators. About time they start recognizing our genius. Our tennis talent. Ah. Ah. Ah, good. That is one greatly appreciated change. From what well, this may or may not be true, but I believe the amount of health that the flame dancers have has been reduced. But that could just be I'm getting big combos. I remember them feeling really tanky, especially since they never actually produce bullets for you to potentially reverse. About this game, I haven't played it yet. Chloe's made a bunch of really cool games, and Beat the Heartbreaker is going to live forever in my heart. So, one, this game's fun as hell, and two, I want to see this do well.
We will forgive you.
Old rival.
Get out.
Get out.
All here. Get up already. Go away. Get up already. Go away. Get up already. Go away. No.
Yeah, Ouch is the developer, aka Unlucky Chloe. Heaven. This level set, at least in the arcade version, was a hard barrier for a lot of people. I'm curious to see how it's changed. Although there is actually one major change that I do know about here. You are heaven. The lasers still exist, but the gimmick around them, but an additional gimmick around them has changed. Or rather, a gimmick was added, I would guess the best way to put it. Knights are protective of other units and will counterattack when you hit someone else. Although it seems to not be every time. In the arcade build, it was every time. When I say arcade build, I'm referring to the version that was on itch.io, which was called 10S Forever Arcade Edition. For reference. So, diving over the lasers still works, but there's now an alternative way to deal with them, in that you can chase down and reflect a gemstone that is managing the laser. The Prince.
My child.
My child. But yes, in the arcade version, this was a hard quarter of a boss. Just extreme difficulty ramp up from this. Really a big test of how much you are able to control your shots and your ability to react with the lasers.
Close your eyes. Open your heart.
Yeah, okay, that's a bit easier than it used to be. That is half the time it took me before. Return. And then home. And then gone. You are return.
I don't wanna let go.
Thank you, Sapasu, for following.
Hey, thanks for the follow. Playing the Steam release of 10S Forever, which came out yesterday, I think. Yeah. Again, I forgot to turn those off. But sure, why not? Let's... Let's maximize our inputs. Come on. Up some strength. Ah. That works. Not as flashy as what I wanted to do, but... Bats and snakes. Bats and snakes, bats and snakes. Oh, finally died. First death of the run. The wizard. This game really brings out the echolalia tendencies in me.
is done.
What's done?
Welcome back.
Wizard is a flasher. Is that how you're interpreting that sprite?
Welcome back.
It's hard for me to actually look at it because, you know, my focus is elsewhere, but...
Welcome back.
I suppose you do see their torso a bit when they do some of their attacks.
Welcome back. Fine.
You! Well, now they're naked.
Everybody left you.
Everybody
What's done is done. Welcome back.
Although, if you think that fella's nude, then that also means that I am.
Welcome back.
If that's your interpretation of the sprites.
Welcome back.
Hmm. Ugh.
Welcome back. Fine. Welcome back. Everybody left you.
Tried to summon an evil ghost hand or something. And I just said, nope, skipping that. Home. You are home. No, that little funky fella in the center. Visually, I think it's my favorite enemy. Really didn't think I was going to catch that one. The dancer. Can't be near the walls. The dancer. One technique you can use here is if you can't move because of your strike cooldown. That's me perpetually holding forward, by the way. So that's how long it takes before you can move again. You can cancel that though by doing a quick dive.
Take this love.
Guys underscore username gifted 1 subscriptions to the community.
Guys username, thank you so much for supporting the channel. And while I was looking over, I immediately took multiple damage. And congrats Borbware on the gift sub. Mirror match.
Is that all you've got left?
Is that all you've got left?
This is not true.
Oh,
I feel it.
the thrill of battle.
I can't stay like this. Please kill me. Kill me now.
You okay there, buddy?
Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, here we go.
I am scared. Hurts. I am sorry. Move. I am scared.
No!
I hate this game.
Is that all you've got left?
In case you couldn't parse that, the dialogue there for the post. Okay, let me start over here. If you die to a boss, they do some kind of taunt, and the taunt message changes based on what phase of the boss you died on. And so I died on the boss after after I had won. And the boss taunt message was just, I hate this game.
This is my dream. I feel it. Thank you.
Oh. Please. I give up. I am scared. I am sorry.
Is that all you've got left?
The last boss in this game is brutal, intentionally so. Really, really tough. And then again, in the arcade edition, the laser crystals didn't exist. So your only choice for the lasers was to just actively jump every single one of them.
Oh,
And that also means that you don't get the extra ball from shattering the laser crystal either. So yeah, less resources to use, and needed to dive spam during certain parts,
this is my dream.
which in turn would lose you combo.
I feel it. What's left? Is that all you've got left? It's unique.
I don't know how that shot didn't hit me, but I'll take it.
Feel it. I can stay like this. What was that? Is that all you've got left?
Always sucks when your first attempt is the one that you did the best on.
This is my dream. Feel it. I can stay like this. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Here we go.
No. I giggle. I am scared. I am scared.
Parasites. Moving on. Gone. You are gone. That was the first boss. But standing on her head. That's the boss of the arena, I believe. Decapitated prince. Actually, I wonder if the demon that arrives in the second phase is the prince. More hands. Everyone. Say goodbye. Moving on. Let's try hard difficulty. Hehe. That's true. I am a good girl, or at least a girl adjacent thing. This is the kind of stuff I like. May chaos take the world. Whoa, hello. Just sort of appeared there. Bonk. After I do this level, there is something I wanted to check, because I just remembered. Toggle in the options that I was interested in. Trying to figure out what it does. The imp.
Kind of. I miss you. You're doing so good. Giant shop.
Alright, so switch. Chaos. Let's try no pain. Let's try Blaze Smash and 100% chaos. What does this even mean? You are a forest. Oh my god. Okay, so I think I know what chaos means. And that is amazing, I love it. I think it is percent chance of enemy being replaced with a different random other enemy from the game. Like, straight up. Randomizer mod game. Randomizer mods in games kind of deal. I think 100% chaos might be a bad idea. That's Blaze Shot. Doesn't bounce off the walls, unlike the other one, so seems a lot harder to use. Let's try split, and let's set chaos to 20%. Also, I forgot to look at what life no pain means. You are forest. Orb. Okay, I still take recoil. I was thinking maybe it skips. Anyone who's viewing have any ideas on what no pain might be? So I'm not seeing it. Oh, okay, I figured it out. Picking up a heart refills all of your health. That's what it is. And yeah, I think I'm correct about what chaos is. It's a % chance of an enemy being replaced. I started to doubt that because of the enemies I got at the start of this, but a lot of the enemies now are standard. But that's what % odds are, you know? Sometimes you'll get anomalies. Check what the heat option is. Alright, about what I expected. It's you are at heat 5 always. And yes, this game has 2-player. You can play doubles. I wonder if the storyline changes at all from that. Let's see. Let's continue our hard mode playthrough. You are tower. perish. Hope y'all are having a lovely day today. I've been kind of sourcelessly impatient today, which is part of the reason I decided to just stream. After this is done, I might go for a nice walk or something. Burn some energy. I mean, a slime walk. Or... Slimes can walk. Humans walk, slimes walk. Slimes that imitate humans walk. Chaos. The natural. Glad you have the opportunity to relax, Guy.
Watch me.
May we all find the places where we can stop running,
Set yourself free.
and we all deserve abundance. Yeah.
Is this all I'm good for?
Is this all I'm good for? Behold. That was wild. Unlucky bastard right there. Let's see, does this work? In theory, that's a clip of the last 30 seconds. I've never used that before, so... lock in. The story is definitely up to interpretation, but there is additional context that can be gotten from in between level, like, mini cutscenes. But many of Unlucky Chloe Ouch's games are various levels of up to interpretation. Sort of a thing where I feel there's an intended meaning and there's stuff to unpack about it, but it's also designed to be a bit vague and understated. My interpretation is that things are going badly for our character and, like, the world around us. Because, like, we try and return to our home and it's all ruined. But our response to it also is poisonous and destructive for ourselves and everyone around us. A little bit extra can be gleaned from the, like, Steam store page and the descriptions. Little bits of narrative description on there too. And remember, things can always go backwards. Seems to be an important phrase. Also, the ending cutscene is us using one of those weird spectral zombie hands in order to pull out our own upside-down heart, it looks like. That's how I'm parsing that. We achieved great power by destroying all of our morals. We're on the winner's podium. We've got fans. We've got people who not appreciate us, but cheer for us, and in the process committed tons and tons of sins that we cannot recover from, and through the ending's killing of the self, I think, the parallel self. That is a theme that was also present in one of the previous games that's a favorite of mine, and put this developer on my radar. Beat the Heartbreaker has that as an element. There is a mirror beat that, if you've been good, is flipping you off, and if you shatter it, you advance the world and access the latter half of the game. But if you killed any of the bird folk, or the bug folk, whatever you want to call them, then instead
Give up. Just like old times.
the mirror version of yourself is waving, and punching it instantly kills you.
Death is ahead.
So it's a reoccurring theme that was present in that previous game, although being seemingly not directly linked narratively.
Turn around.
And then the hand cultists are another reoccurring theme that was present in
Return.
the trans allegory game Palace of Woe.
Give up.
That was an enemy type there.
There is no future. Death is ahead. Just like old times.
Playing the levels in reverse order? Not sure what you mean, just...
Death is ahead.
Doesn't help that I'm probably looking at that message kind of late, so I don't know what that was in response to.
Turn around.
Oh, a total miss, really?
You can return.
You can return.
Give up. There is no future.
But yeah, I do.
Death is ahead.
For all of my streams that I do, I highly encourage people to bring interpretations on metaphor and subtleties
Just like
to the
old
table
times.
and discuss them in chat. I've described this a bit before, but I want to
Death
be
is ahead.
more of a museum tour guide as a streamer than a clown. You know what I mean? Entertaining is secondary to the larger goal of me highlighting fascinating indie games that exist. Because I really like these things, and
Return.
I want to show them to other people.
Give up.
Showing folks weird esoteric games that folks haven't heard of, or that sort of thing, has been a lifelong fascination of mine. I've been doing that forever.
Death is ahead. Turn around.
Ah,
You can return. Give up.
a double total miss.
There is no future. Death is ahead. Turn around. You can return. Give up. There is no future. Death is ahead.
Which category or
Just like old
creator?
times.
Will you please elaborate? No. Yeah, for additional context there, I've previously played through Beat the Heartbreaker by laying every ending that exists, and
That is ahead.
Unlucky Clay was present. So, developer present in the chat and developer commentary. But one thing I did notice is that Chloe seemed careful to not state particularly any meaning, but talk about like the game design and like the actual act of building the game versus what anything is supposed to represent.
Give up. Just like old times. That is ahead.
It's funny, I keep trying to fight this boss and I keep losing, and I'm like not even noticing. I'm just in a float state, talking about games, metaphor, authorial intent, well, playing some tennis.
Give up. There is no future.
I'm still laughing about
That is ahead.
my first fight against the final boss today. Just,
Turn around.
I win and then die and get a special post-boss message of, I hate this game.
That is ahead. You still got it.
We still got it. I suppose there's also an interpretation for this being a washed-up tennis player trying to reclaim their previous reclaim their previous glory at all costs. Because there's talk about, oh, you still got it, and things like that. And you can't return a level called Return without having a bunch of graveyards and that sort of theming. But how the wizardry or the hand cultists and that kind of stuff fit into it, not sure. Or it just could be about multiple things, you know? Not being able to find a good way to link one concept into another doesn't mean that it's wrong. Things can be multiple things. There can be multiple topics being addressed at once. Or it's just surrealism. Moral of the story, no meaning. But I think that's kind of boring. And I also think that meaning is a implicit, whether you like it or not, your values and morals and meanings will be put into any artwork that you create. You might not be able to see it, but you are every time. Artwork is an expression of the self in some regard, whether you're aware of it or not, and I think it was Rami from Vlambeer talking about that none of their games contain alcohol because Rami doesn't drink. And it's like they don't actively set out to not make a game, or they don't actively set out to make a game that explicitly doesn't have alcohol. It's just they don't think about it because they don't drink. And so that aspect of that personal touch from the artist comes into the work, whether they're aware of it or not, you know? These bastards. I think there's no such thing as overthinking it. If you want to say that this is a religious allegory about depictions of the apocalypse throughout history, and you have a whole bunch of dubious reasons to back that up, then valid. And I'd like to hear it. No one theory or interpretation on a work is more valid than any other. The only argument I could make for one being more valid than the other is if you're intentionally creating an interpretation, kind of like I just did right there, of I don't actually believe this to be a valid to be my interpretation of it, but I'm going to say it anyway and just bullshit ya. That could be considered a less valid form of art analysis, but also in some ways that's a analysis of yourself, because you're the sort of person who's going to bullshit metaphor and willfully troll by making up stuff that isn't there. And so it reflects on you, because once again, whether you're aware of it or not, your impressions and feelings and creeds are going to show up in your artwork, and through the review of something else that is making a derivative form of art, whether it be an essay or discussion. This game's storyline is told in reverse. That's interesting. Okay. You had said something like that earlier, but I didn't quite understand what you meant. That's fascinating. I really like that. So the tutorial section is exempt from it because it's a gameplay conceit, then? Because I noticed that you said the last level would be forest. And yeah. Having your tutorial be the last thing that appears in the game is bad game design. But as with always, you gotta qualify those statements, because very recently we played the end of gameplay, and that game explicitly made a tutorial that appears on first startup, but then also unlocks a tutorial level 70% of the way through the game. long after it stopped being useful or having any meaning whatsoever. Rules are made to be broken.
We will forgive you. Get out. You don't belong here.
Get up here.
Get up already.
Get up already.
Go away.
Go away.
Get up already. Go away. Get up already. We will forgive you. Get out. You don't belong here. Get up already. Go away. We will forgive you. Get out.
Ugh.
You don't belong here. Pathetic. Bastard. Pathetic. Bastard. Pathetic. Forgive you. Get out. You don't belong here. Your time is up. We will forgive you. Get out. You don't belong here.
Don't mind me, just kind of locking in.
We will forgive you. Get out. You don't belong here. Get away. No.
Ugh. Always very satisfying to unleash those big bursts of damage. Moving on. You are heaven. Damn. Barely missed it. rated. Aimed for both and got neither. Awesome. That was sick. Making progress. Damn. See that guy's username. Alright, Prince. My child. Oof. Open your heart.
This is my love. This is my love.
Damn.
Take a rest.
My child. Be not afraid. Slow down. Open your heart. Rest.
Good lord.
Please stop.
This is my love. Why?
Yes. Oh. Return. Look at the little fella. Whoa. Not ready for that. Alright, it's counterattack. Am I alive? Oh. Oh. cannot believe I managed to think of that quickly. I wasted my unleash by firing at nothing in order to take advantage of the fact that it clears bullets. I just used it as a screen clear and nothing else, and it saved my ass. And the rest of me, too. So-called fans of chaos when there's more than 13 snakes and bats on screen. Good. Oh. Made it. Look at them wiggle. Wiggly friend. Many such cases. So many snakes on screen earlier that makes you think that the song Bittersweet Symphony's playing. That is a joke for like 6 people. Pick 'em. Seriously, you're sending snakes at me from off screen? Survive, survive, survive. Oh.
What's done is done.
What's done is done.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Hmm.
Welcome back. Alas, what's done is done.
That was weird. Yeah, we're losing sound effects. Might have something to do with entity limits. Or maybe it's intentional, I don't know. Who can say?
Welcome back. Bye. Welcome back. Bye. What's done is done.
Yeah, weird.
Second.
Ugh. Full miss. Ugh.
What's done is done.
So yeah, bug report, I suppose. If the wizard creates enough like minions, then you start losing sound effects. Something like that. Oh yeah, like sound effects are still gone. Anyway. We've been at for 2 hours. I think that'll do it for today's 10S stream. Fun stuff, and I look forward to playing doubles with somebody at some point and seeing if I can manage to clear the last couple of levels in hard difficulty. "10S Forever" is out now on Steam. There's a link in the chat there. And this game is $8 8 USD normally, but is on a launch sale of 15% off, so $6.79. And then on the store page description, there is plans for post-release stuff, which is cloud saves leaderboards, a player-facing level editor, more switches, so more alternate settings that you can change, non-canon bonus levels, local versus mode if it's fun, and I purchase a golden egg. Egg will sustain you, as I always say. Let's see who you can raid on over to. We've got Flesh Mayhem, a fellow Demon King Chronicle fan. Egg will sustain you. Someone else playing Demon King Chronicle. From one fan of that game to another. Let's check it out. Till next time, friends.